Thank you for joining us for the press conference for the Stanford women's basketball team. We're joined at the podium by head coach Tara Vanderveer and student athletes Erica McCall, Carly Samuelson, Kaylee Johnson, Bree Roberson, and Lily Thompson. And we will open it up with questions for our student athletes. As a general reminder, please raise your hand and identify your name and affiliation.
Nick Gray, San Francisco Chronicle. Carly, ESPN interviewed your dad during the UConn game, and I don't know if you saw it, but he lifted up his UConn hoodie, and he was wearing a Stanford shirt. What kind of relationship do you guys have? And number two, do you and your sister ever joke about, we're going to see each other in the national championship game or the Final Four?
I have a great relationship with my dad. I think that's so awesome. I got a bunch of texts and pictures. Your dad was on ESPN. I texted him. I was like, nice interview. And he was like, how did I do? But yeah, as far as my sister and I, we don't really joke about that. We just talk about how well we're doing and I tell her how well she's doing, and we're just happy for each other.
To Lily, I guess. I mean, y'all have some Final Four experience. Y'all are kind of accustomed to being on this stage. Washington has never played in a Final Four. Do you think that can have any kind of advantage for you going in, or does it matter?
I think in terms of experience and being at this level, it's good for us to be able to look back, and when we were freshmen, we went to the Final Four. But I also think that it's just one game, and we're focused on this particular game, and once we win that, then we'll be excited.
To Bree or Lily, Marta has, she had 11 points last night. She seems to be growing. What you guys play with her? What have you seen in terms of her growth, and how important is she to you guys in moving on?
I think she's definitely been aggressive more, which is what we're asking of her. She does a great job passing the ball, so she's just doing a really good job at fulfilling the point guard role. And just doing her job being aggressive, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, we all have confidence in her, and I think that, she's seeing just how well she can play on this stage, and she's contributing, and, everybody saw last night how well she played.
Matt Calkin, Seattle Times. Erica, Mike Neighbors was saying earlier that, it takes a while for people to figure out that Chantel's for real. Like, you look at the stats, but you see her in person, you go, nah, she's not going to beat us. But you guys have obviously seen her a while. How long does it take to figure out that, okay, this Chantel can play, and what do you guys have to do to try to stop her?
I know she was good in high school. We played her when they played for the Arizona Warriors, and my club team, the Cal Sparks, played them. And, once again, everyone, looked at them, you thought, they're a regular team, we're going to go out and beat them. And just like she's doing to everybody else out there, she did the same thing to us, knocking down threes, attacking the basket. So I knew from the beginning that she was a great player, and I think she's definitely grown as a player. And it'll be exciting to see, the matchup that we'll have tomorrow.
For Erica, y'all have played Washington twice already this season, two very different results. One of the games I know was in Maples, the other game was in Seattle, but aside from the court difference, what caused the difference in the two results?
I think we came out aggressive enough. I think we were stagnant on offense, and it took us a while to definitely get going in the game, and then, ultimately it was too late for us to come back. So I think we're definitely going to learn from that and then come back and come out an aggressive team.
Any other questions for our student athletes? If not, then they can be dismissed. Thank you very much.
Sorry, guys.
And we'll open up with questions for the head coach.
How much of a stress does it put on a team defense when Washington has three players obviously that can light up the scoreboard? How much of a stress does that put on you, especially you know, it's not just 3 guards or 2 forwards. It's kind of a mismatch, a mix of guards and forwards that can
Well,
do different things.
I think if you're playing at this level, all teams have those kind of weapons. That's why they're here. You know, last night we had to deal with a lot of offensive weapons. South Dakota State, we had to deal with a lot of offensive weapons, and they were similar in a way to Washington in that they're post-shoot threes, like Osahor, you know, or Walton as a 4. So, you know, I think that's the challenge of playing at this level, is that you're going to play against great offensive players, and Washington, they're very skilled players. I mean, Kelsey Plum is a terrific point guard, and it's you know, great that the country has seen, you know, her kind of. I mean, I don't know that, you know, you say that maybe people look at Osahor and, you know, they might look at Kelsey Plum and they don't realize how good she is. So, you know, Mike has done a great job with their team. They really execute extremely well. To beat Maryland at Maryland and Kentucky at Kentucky, they're a hot team, and I think tomorrow will be who's the hotter team. I think we're playing hot basketball too.
Coach, to follow up on Osahor, you know, Mike was saying coaches will come up to him, opposing coaches, and say, listen, I told my players, you know, watch the film, look how good she is. You don't understand, like, she's going to surprise you. And they never listen until they're actually on the floor and they're seeing what she's doing. What's your experience with that in terms of trying to prepare for her and then actually seeing what she does on the court?
Well, don't let the frame fool you. You know, she really has point guard skills in a post body. And she is look at her assist numbers. She is a fantastic passer. Her three-point shot is unorthodox, but it goes in. So, you know, you have to guard that. And she's a lot faster, and she has very, very good hands and very quick feet. You know, I mean, it's really a non-issue with our team, to be honest with you. I mean, like Erica said, you know, it's great when a player is saying, hey, you know, look out, the girl can play. So it's better when they believe more when they hear it from a player than they do from a coach.
What do you remember from the 2 games against Washington? What kind of, you know, what's the lasting, you know, memory of those 2 games? Were there any trends that you could apply to now?
Well, I think that, you know, I think Washington, you know, we played them at Stanford in January, and they're not the same team that we beat in January. They're playing very confidently. When we played them in Seattle, you know, I thought we had a really good game. It was a 2-point game. At the end of the game, we came back, and I would say there were some controversial plays at the end of the game, but you know, as Bert said, we have to be more aggressive. You have to do things correctly. You have to rebound. You have to play defense, and you've got to take care of the ball and run your offense and knock down shots. So it's not like it's rocket science or a big secret, you know. But we did not do those things. We didn't play with the, you know, maybe I don't know, maybe, you know, it was a first game of the Pac-12, and we did not have the intensity, but. I know that we'll have it tomorrow. So I call this the rubber match, you know, being a bridge player. And, you know, it's like this is for all the marbles. And I think people are going to see a great game.
Given what's possible tomorrow in terms of what's at stake,
Right.
Do you feel like you have to keep this moment into context with your players?
You know, first of all, I'm really excited that a Pac-12 team is going to go to the Final Four. So I love that because we've had the number 1 RPI league all year, and so I'm excited about that. I want that team to be Stanford, and I think it does help that our team, and you know, like I've been through this, and we know we know kind of what it's going to take, and the biggest thing is you know, not to have, both of us have had big games to get here. You know, we had to, you know, so we're both riding this emotional high, and you've got to come out ready to play, and you've got to be extremely aggressive, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great game.
Seattle Times. I know you followed Kelsey Plum closely in high school too. Could you have foreseen kind of the player she's become now? She's on pace really to shatter the Pac-12 scoring record at some point next year. I mean, obviously she was a very talented player then, but did you see her blossoming into this?
You know, she went to the same high school that Candace Wiggins did, and her coach basically told us about her kind of as an 8th grader, and you know, it's hard to ever know because you just don't know what's inside them. You know, you can see that she's a really good high school player, but I think that her success is not so much that, but it's her work ethic. And she's playing in a system that really fits her very, very well. I think she's a bona fide All-American and should be this year. And she's playing great. I don't know if I think my assistant coach who recruited her more did see this, yes. Amy Tucker watched her play and was like, you know, wow, we were, you know, really disappointed that it wasn't a fit for Stanford. So I would say maybe I didn't, but she did.
Fair to characterize it as a miss for Stanford? It might be overly simplistic, but what went into that in the end?
Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, we wanted her.
Okay.
No.
Just the Final Four experience. I know y'all don't have any seniors playing big minutes, but you have a lot of Final Four experience, having coached in so many of them, and Washington's never been here. How much of an advantage do you think that is for y'all, if at all?
I mean, I think that, you know, there's probably some, you know, experience sometimes can be an advantage, but it's really going to boil down to just getting it done on the court. So, you know, we're really excited to be here, and we know that there could be a lot of other teams sitting right up here, not us. You know, South Dakota State, Notre Dame, they both are, you know, great programs, and we had you know, what combined beat them both by 8 points. You know, so or even might have been 7, but you know, it's really. You know, we're really fortunate. We do feel like we know what we're doing at this point, and we're going to get our team ready. And then it's going to be a quick turnaround tomorrow, and I think it's going to be kind of like the pickup game at the gym where the kids know each other. You know, they've played against each other a lot. They know each other. Again, I think it'll be a great game. And you know, I hope that the Lexington and fans of basketball in Kentucky, you know, great tradition of basketball, come out and support a great game.
Obviously, the way UConn's playing today, the way they played all season, they're the clear favorite in this tournament. But beyond UConn, based on the results last night, do you sense there's more parity in the women's game with all lower seeds winning last night?
I think so. I don't think that's ever happened. I mean, you know, maybe somebody knows that I don't, but I don't think that's ever happened. And it does feel like there's in some ways like more excitement because that is happening. You know, closer games, more interest, you know, more talk about it, and I mean that's the direction that we're going in, which you know is good and bad. It's just going to give me more gray hair, more great teams, more great players.
Any other questions for the head coach?
All right, thank you. Great to be here this morning,
Thank
or
you.
afternoon, I guess.